Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
I was
you.
saying that you look really, with the Christmas trees and everything, you look really like a Christmas angel on the couch here. Really nice.
Thank you.
So, Puff, you're here to talk about your album and lots of other stuff. The first thing that, came to my attention is that this is your debut album. However, you co-wrote like 7 of the songs on the album. You co-produced 5 of the songs on the album. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. I think a lot of artists are coming out of the closet now. They're kind of like, because we know what we want, you know, and usually in A&R, they kind of help set up the producers and all that kind of stuff. But usually an artist knows what he or she wants, you know, as far as the writing. And then if you're a true artist, you know how to write and how to produce, stuff like that. And plus it's more money in the picture as well. So you tend to learn really quick, you know, about the writing thing. So.
But it seems like you knew what you wanted, like when you were a little girl, because because you were offered a record deal when you were about 13 years old, and you said no.
Said no.
Because, because
I didn't like the responsibility. I mean, it's like the first time I went to the studio, all of my friends were like going away for that weekend to Disneyland and stuff like that. And I couldn't go because I had to go to work. And I just ended up telling my mom I didn't want to do it because I just didn't like the responsibility. And so my mom was like, okay, fine. But I kept myself very active in the music industry, like doing a lot of background sessions, and I'll do shows here and there doing backgrounds and stuff like that. So my name stayed in the industry still. And then the older I got, and I guess when, you know, a lot of people would ask me, well, are you ready yet? And I was still like, no, I'm not
But what
ready
were you
yet.
waiting for? What did you feel when you thought, yes, I'm ready now?
Well, I just think because I was about to graduate, you know, and then I guess the older I got, the more and more I got into it. And, you know, then I was about to graduate. So it was kind of like, well, I'm about to graduate. So I can kind of focus on trying to get a deal now. And it actually worked out in my favor because before I graduated, I got a publishing deal. And then the following year, I ended up signing with Sony. So it actually worked out really good. I never had a 9-to-5 job. I don't even know, you know.
What it's like.
what it's even like because right after I graduated, I didn't have to go to work because I had just got my publishing deal. So I was still living at home. I could pay my bills, go shopping, do whatever I wanted to do. Then the following year, I got my record contract and I was able to move out on my own. And
are you the kind of girl that really plans everything?
I try my best to. You know, I know I can't. I'm not perfect, but usually as far as my career and what I want to do as far as like a family, getting married. I don't have a boyfriend yet still. I'm still not looking for one. It's just I'm never home. So I usually try to plan out what I want. You know, I go out on dates and stuff like that. But as far as my career, I think that's more important. And usually I try to plan it out, like what I want to do. And, you know, I usually try my best to do the right thing.
So you've done a whole lot of different things as a creative artist. You're into music, of course, writing, producing everything, dancing, doing your choreography. You're into style and fashion and really all this broad interests.
It's kind of like a Madonna, just a little darker. It's I guess, like I said, it's like a lot of us. I mean, if you're really into the industry.
Who's we? You talk about we. Who's we?
All the artists, you know, Whitney, Mariah. It's a lot of us, you know. You tend to really get really picky on how you want to look, your hair, your makeup, you know, and stuff like that. And I don't know, my mom, she was a singer, and my grandmother used to model, and my mom used to model. So, of course, with me growing up, I got into fashion and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm a girl, so, of course, I love clothes. And it's just the choreography. My mom used to be a dancer as well. So it was kind of like she went to high school and college and stuff like that and studied dance. So I used to go to a lot of dance classes with her. And she used to teach and stuff. So it's like I used to take ballet, African, modern, jazz. So it's just kind of like, I guess I just knew that this was something that I wanted to do, so I kept up with it.
I wanted to ask you, we were talking about the soundtrack earlier, you know? And you also did a song for the soundtrack on the Bad Boys movie with Will Smith. And you did like a series of things before you came out with your first album. Was it like, how do you say it? Deliberate choice to first go and try out a little bit and see how the public would react and then come out with your own stuff?
Well, the bad boy thing kind of like snuck up on me because I had did some background vocals for Tupac. And that was actually on his album, Me Against the World, the self-titled album. So it was kind of like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden I got a call that, oh, it's going to be in the Bad Boy soundtrack. And I was like, oh, okay. So a lot of things for me have been kind of like on a fluke type situation, but it helped at the same time because a lot of people, you know, are like, "Oh yeah, you're the girl who sung with Tupac." And since my stuff is so adult contemporary, at the same time with me working with Tupac, it kind of shows that I'm
because
still young.
you also work with Jermaine Dupri, who worked with The Brat. I mean, that's a totally different story.
Yep. And I'm always doing like backgrounds for a lot of different people. Like I did some more stuff on Tupac's new album, which is All Eyes on Me. Then he has another album out called Machiavelli. Then he has another album coming out, which I did like about 4 or 5 tracks on that. And then his cousins, who were called Outlaw, on their, you know, on their stuff. So I kept myself still keep myself very active.
And how do you get your the different styles that you're able to bring? Where does your heart really
I just love music. You know what I mean? Whatever group, you know, has like a really
but what
nice
do you
group.
listen to at home when you're at home?
A lot of oldies. I listen to a lot of oldies.
I like
Minnie
Otis.
Riperton, Emotions, Earth, Wind and Fire. That's really my thing. And then I listen to some of today's artists, but not too many. I listen to Faith, Monica. Of course, I listen to Whitney, Mariah. I listen to Tupac, the Fugees. So
all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony's very sexy woman. She's very fresh and she's very feminine. And so are you. I have this picture here. It's in the back of your CD. Ik weet niet of jullie hem thuis zo een beetje kunnen zien. Het is dus Puff Johnson op haar zondags. I love the dress.
Thank you.
Love the dress, really. So why? I mean, is this is the way you want to project yourself? And you said that you want to bring femininity back into the music.
Right. It took me a while to get like that. I was a tomboy for a long time. So
you were?
Yeah, I used to beat up boys in elementary and stuff like that.
You wouldn't say.
Boys, stuff like that. I would just play basketball and ride bikes. And
what happened?
Jeans.
What brought on the change?
I think my mom joking around with me all the time. So it was kind of like, okay, well, what's going on? And then I think, you know, with me wearing fitted jeans and little tops, you know, I started noticing guys that I used to like in high school checking me out after we graduated. So, I don't know, I guess I got tired of, you know, wearing the baggy jeans, hanging out with a lot of guys too. You know, like, I'm tired of, you know, girls wearing baggy jeans.
But aren't you afraid that you've got this remarkable talent and people will notice you for that, but aren't you a little bit scared that maybe they'll think, well, I see this album, I don't know who Puff Johnson is, and I see this album and I think, well, I don't know who she is, but she probably needs to be wearing this dress for me to get, for her to get my attention. People might misinterpret it. Aren't you afraid of that?
Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of people that I've met, you know, like a lot of media and stuff like that. And actually they've been very, very cool because, you know, their attitude is I did it very tastefully.
Yeah, that's what I think. Don't get me wrong. I
know. But there are some people out there, and I think usually I look at people like that, you know, maybe they're mad because they can't wear it. Or something
there's nothing wrong. If you're a woman, there's nothing wrong with being a woman, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
but
how
I feel like
feel.
if I'm not actually showing everything and I'm doing it in a very tasteful way, then I feel there's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with feeling sexy. You know, sex, everybody has sex every day. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, what the heck? And I think if we talk about it more, we probably can help solve the situation with AIDS and babies having babies. So, you know, it's like, shoot, I'm a girl and I feel there's, you know, I might be 50 years old and weigh 250 pounds. I might as well enjoy this little petiteness.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. What was the story about the Machiavelli you were telling me?
Pac, he was a little mad at the industry. You know, he felt like it was, you know, he didn't have any friends or anything like that. So on this album, he wanted to kind of keep it to himself and really express himself on the way he felt about the industry and his so-called friends in the industry, so he kind of kept it. So
what was he like? I mean, what was he like? What's your impression that you got from him?
He is the opposite of what the media says that he's like. I mean, he never disrespected me, not one time. He was like my big brother. Actually, he got to the point where he was very protective, sometimes a little too much for me. But he shared a lot with a lot of people. If you really wanted to learn about the business, you know, he was really into learn as much about the business as possible. And he loved my mom. He would call my mom sometimes. You know, I'd come home and my mom was on the phone with Tupac. And he was like,
what's going on?
What are you guys talking about? And, you know, he was really, really cool. He really respected women. You know, so it's kind of weird that he had to go to jail and stuff like that with, you know, with his kids. But he was really cool, very educated. He was really
very
talented.
Yeah.
Very talented. Very, very.
I love to see him act. You know, he was
He was really cool, very fun to hang out with.
But I always think that it's a thing about geniuses, is that the right word? That they are often just like the artist or like Michael Jackson, not understood. And there's no way you can, if you never met them or never talked to them, you can never understand what makes them tick, you know? It's really...
Yeah, and I guess, you know, rap is a little different too.
Yeah,
so
it has this whole thing about it.
Its own little thing. And, you know, being involved with, you know, going to jail and the thing he was having with the police and stuff like that. He was involved with a lot of different things and hanging around the wrong crowd, I think. So, and he just wasn't happy here. He would always say that he wasn't happy here, you know. And he always talked about dying. And I'm the type, if you throw it in the universe, it'll happen. And he just, I think, you know, to me, I think he's better off, you know, where he is now.
He may have found his peace.
To say he's alive.
Peace of mind, there's a whole discussion going on even here in Holland.
He's gone. Get over it. No. But no, I think, you know, I think now the industry has calmed down a lot, and the rap industry really, you know, Nas, everybody. And, you know, the Fugees, they're like different. They're like the total opposite. You know, they're not talking about guns and killing. You know, they're talking about, hey, it's cool, you know, calm down. So I think now that Tupac has died and everything, I think it's really, really mellowed out a lot.
So it has been good for something.
Yeah, big time. Because I just saw Snoop, and he's like the opposite now. He's just really calm and goes to work. And so it's kind of neat to see that. It's kind of sad that, you know, somebody had to go in order for this change to come. But
still it worked out all right. Okay. You three are your label mates. Have you ever met them?
They're my brothers. Yeah. Actually, in the States, we did some shows together.
They're really nice guys.
Really
I've had them over a couple of times, and they're just so cute. So cute. I never know, nothing bothers them. I mean, you keep them waiting for half an hour. They don't mind, you know, really nice guys.
I guess they're really close too.
You get to meet a lot of people that are in your at your record company at the same label.
I met Mariah, Celine, Michael Bolton. So it's neat. It's neat. I feel like a groupie.
Have you ever had to sing in front of your peers?
Oh yeah, the emotions, and I mean that was like,
that's probably very scary, right?
Yes, it was like okay, but you know the response was really good. Who else? I met Michael Jackson, but really the only ones that I had to perform in front of are like Kenny Lattimore, the Fugees, and the Emotions.
Put an extra strain on you when you have to perform for people like that. People that you admire yourself.
Well, actually, when you're like performing in front of them, it's kind of like, okay, you're like really watching yourself. It's like, okay, let me add a little extra something right here. So you kind of show off a little bit too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, before you leave, I want to ask you some questions about yourself. You've been talking about a lot of things about other people, but how about Puff Johnson?
Okay.
You're just here for promotion now in Holland. Will you be coming back soon?
Yes, I
will. Doing some shows, please.
Yes, I'm back after the first of the year, the beginning of the year, actually, January 10th. I'm going to London. I'm doing some shows and showcases, and I'm pretty sure I'll be here. And then I'm going to Italy, Paris, Milan, all that kind of stuff. So I'll definitely be back.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. I just want to get this promise from you, is that whenever you're here, even when you're in Belgium or in Germany, I mean, it's close by, you just make a little pit stop at the Savannah Soul.
Handshake.
Okay. Thank you very much.
This is the Music Factory.